Hello, friends, family, strangers. Welcome to Nuggets of Gold. Glad you jumped in here with me today, the morning after the election day 2020. So I'm talking to you on November 4th in the morning. And as I looked at a couple of news sites this morning, my first reaction is, can we please just use our words in more helpful ways? The very first thing I saw from quoted from President Trump is him coming up in the middle of the night, maybe between midnight and 1 o'clock, if I read it correctly, and saying, as far as I'm concerned, we have already won this election. That's pretty much a direct quote. And just unhelpful. Your words matter. I think President Trump has established a track record of using his words in a way that harms himself, harms others, sets more fires than needs to be set. And, he's got some policy positions and some decisions that he's made that I'm a fan of. But his words, unhelpful. It just isn't true. What he said last night, that the election has been won by his party. No, that's not true. And so what's on the front of my brain is one of my all-time favorite verses about the tongue, about words. That's Proverbs 12:18. Proverbs 12:18 says this: reckless words pierce like a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Reckless words pierce like a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. If you've been around me at all as a pastor, whether I was serving 10-year-olds or college students or preaching to adults, if you were around me for very long, you heard from Proverbs 12:18, because it's such a helpful, crystallizing picture about the power of our words. Reckless words. Words that we speak that are out of control. You think of somebody driving recklessly, right? That guy was really driving reckless and he almost hit me. Okay? Reckless words. Words that we drive without being careful. Or words that we spew without thinking of what will the cause or what will the reaction to this be? What will this bring about? Reckless words pierce like a sword. It does damage. And I think in the case of President Trump and many of us, our reckless words pierce ourselves. They pierce our credibility. They pierce our listenability. They pierce our ability for others to want to hear what we have to say. So our reckless words can pierce ourselves, and then of course our reckless words can pierce others. Reckless words pierce like a sword. When am I speaking? When are you speaking that others are wounded, that others are confused, that others are left wishing they weren't in your presence? Whether that presence is on social media or that presence is in the office or that presence is in the living room at home. Reckless words. Angry words are often reckless. Selfish words are often reckless. Prideful words are often reckless. Complaining words are often reckless. When we try to speak to a spouse about something that you are disappointed in or frustrated with, and you have a genuine concern or a genuine desire, we often speak those in reckless ways so that it is not helpful to our cause. Reckless words pierce like a sword, but on the flip side of that, I don't want you to shut up. God doesn't want us to stop using our words. Sometimes we say, I wish President Trump would just be quiet. Even Joe Biden in one of their debates said, oh, you Jews, shut up, man. God doesn't want us to shut up. God wants us to have transformed tongues. Reckless words pierce like a sword, but The tongue of the wise brings healing. Tongue of the wise brings healing. You and I probably long for some political figures to use wise words, words that are helpful in the moment, not for stirring stuff up, not for arguing. And I see this from both candidates. I have seen this recently from both candidates. Trump using his words in a way that kind of starts fires, and Biden often using it in his ways that talks about the fires that he blames Trump for, or that Trump deserves blame for starting. The tongue of the wise brings healing. The tongue of the wise brings help to others. The tongue of the wise brings even help to myself. I can heal myself. I can heal my reputation. I can heal my trust factor. I can heal my listenability if I have a wise tongue. A tongue that thinks before I speak, a tongue that considers, is this helpful? Is this necessary? Is this true? And that's where I'll leave you with those three things about the words coming out of your mouth. Here's a good gauge when we speak. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it helpful? The tongue of the wise brings healing. We need to be people that are bringing healing, because there's a whole lot out of other folks out there that are bringing reckless piercing. We'll see you next time.